Hi, I'm Christopher Dunn again. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forged Pangea 6 Light Linear Pendant. This is the 131097. There's a matching wall sconce that's really beautiful. You should check that out too. It's the 21061. Let's get into the size of this fixture independent of what it's hanging from. This is going to be 31.1 inches tall, and that's going to be from the bottom of the fixture to where the pipes start, and then 48.2 inches left to right. We're going to call it the width. The depth is coming in at 10.3. Overall height, now we're talking about the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the actual ceiling itself, encompassing everything, is going to give you a range. It's going to start off at 39.7 inches from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture, and using a different combination of pipes, you're going to be able to get to 78.7. So you'll notice on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, over on that side of the screen there's a chart, and that chart is going to show you which overall lengths you can attain by using different combinations of these pipes. You're going to be getting 9 pieces of the 12-inch, 3 pieces of the 6, and 3 pieces of the 3. A way to show you more about this is to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this, again on Handmade in Vermont, look over. Again, over there, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list, how we put it together. It's going to show you how the systems of rods, basically how they work is, well, you've got what's called a connector, and there's your connector, and it has threading on both ends. The pipes have threading on the inside of the ends here and here. There's a little connector on the bottom of this guy. And basically what you're going to do is put a blanket down. You're going to put down the body of your fixture that has the sockets, and you're going to just take the wire and go through the little pieces one by one. So you're going to go through a connector, go through a pipe, go through a connector, go through a pipe, and eventually you're going to exit the canopy. That's the round part that's going to go against the ceiling. Before you do that, you're going to determine which of these pipes that you're going to need based on that chart over there. So it's super, super easy. And then you really just screw them together. So we'll do that now. So we'll put this one on first, there, and then you put in the connector, and you screw it in. Oops, hold on. Well, you know what? This side's already done, so we'll put one over here. A little faster. Okay, so once you screw them together, what happens is it's super tight. This seam, you can barely even see that there's a seam there, so it looks like one solid rod going up. There's going to be 3 rods going up from the body of this fixture up to that canopy. And because you have 3 rods, this is not slope ceiling adaptable. So just remember, that's going to be a very important thing for you guys with cathedral ceilings. So that kind of takes care of that part of the equation. Let's talk about the glass really quick on this. Glass is used on other fixtures from Hubbardton Forge too. It's a hand-blown piece of glass that's clear on the outside and has a frosted diffuser on the inside, has threading in there, and it's going to thread right over that socket. So it's pretty cool. Love it, love it, love it. Let's talk about a couple other things. Let's talk about the canopy up in the ceiling. Is going to be a flat canopy. It is 7.5 inches in diameter. It's going to go over your 4-inch junction box. Quite nice. This is coming in at 21.2 pounds, so it's not overly heavy at all. It can just hang from this. There's no weight restriction on it, and you are good to go there. I don't know if I mentioned before, this comes with actually 102 inches of wire. So you're going to have more wire than you need to go beyond the 78.7 inch overall height, because a lot of times in the past, if you wanted to go beyond what was called longest of the long, you had to do a custom with us. But on this piece, you would just be ordering some more pipes. And 102 inches, I think the best thing to do would be, if you're going to go beyond the 78.7, drop me a quick email and let me know how long you need it to be beyond that, from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture. I can check in with the forge and see which pipes you would need to be able to do that. If it goes way, way beyond that 102 inches of wire, then we do customs to make things even longer than that, so it's pretty easy. Okay, I want to talk about a couple other things. Talk about what's going on inside of this as far as lamping goes. You've got 6 of these G9 sockets. A G9 socket takes a G9 bulb, and you're going to be using LEDs in this, because that's what you guys want to use anyway. You're going to be limited to 6 5-watt LEDs. A 5-watt LED is about the equivalent of a 50 to if there were 50-watt bulbs, 50 to a 60-watt bulb. So you've got 6 on this. It's going to be quite a bit, and they just click right in. And you can find the bulbs everywhere. I found these probably on Amazon. Might have got them at a local hardware store. Very simple to get. Anyway, why don't we talk about the bulbs really quick. Talk about them all the time. They come in different types. This guy here is a phosphorus LED that has these long pads in them that glow, and then these are called cob LEDs. Cob LEDs basically had the little corn cob look going on. But like I said before, you are going to have 6 of these, so 5 of them times that. And we talked about this being almost a 60-watt equivalent per bulb, so it's going to be very bright. So you want to look for a dimmable bulb when you're out there. Okay, and I also talked about the color of the light coming out of those bulbs. So when you're out at a store, or if you happen to be online, make sure that you zero in on the color of the light in Kelvin terms. It'll give you the option of starting off at 2700 Kelvin, and that's going to be super yellow light like a setting sun. It's also going to give you the opportunity to go way the other way and get these in that whiter light called daylight. And daylight's actually a bluish white light, like a hospital waiting room or an overcast day. That's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. In the middle of all that, what we like to use in our showroom is called warm white. They also call it soft white, and that's going to be the nice light coming down on my hands here, and that's 3,000 Kelvin. So that's what we like to use here. Very easy to get. Like I said, you get these at your local hardware store. Very important that you get a dimmable version of this. Very important that you tell your installer that you're using a dimmable LED, so they put the correct dimmer on the wall for you. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus, you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.